Happy Friday, Tribe. Welcome to this week's video. We are excited today to continue our chat about team placements. Today we're going to talk about what all we look for during the placement process, because it's a lot more than just tumbling, maybe some flexibility and jumps. There's a lot of pieces that go into our puzzle of making our teams work. Exciting announcements first. Today during the video, for the first time, I get to show you and our whole tribe our prep uniform, our novice uniform, right alongside our elite uniform. So stay tuned within the video. We are going to show that, so you don't want to miss out. I know a lot of people kind of like to look and see what the uniforms look like as they're making this decision going into their team placements. So today is going to be your day to see that. First, I want to share just a couple exciting things that we have coming up. We have a few busy weekends at Tribe ahead. So the first thing we have coming up next weekend, of course, is team placements for our elite teams. We're going to be talking about that all today, and if you've been tuned in, that's what we've been going over the past few weeks. Our YouTube series in the upcoming weeks is going to be really highlighting some of the things with team placements, and then leading into Summit down in Orlando, Florida, some of the Summit experience. So next Friday, our video is going to walk you through the team placement process. We'll have the gym all set up, and we'll get to show you just what it's going to be like next Saturday and Sunday, April 23rd and 24th when you arrive. The following week, on Friday, April 29th, our video series, Zach and I are going to kind of talk you and walk you through what we do to place teams after we have all the athletes come through. So you're going to get to kind of go in with us and see what it looks like as we start to build the teams for the upcoming season. Friday, May 6th, we're going to do our first of the Summit series called The Final Push. You're going to get to be right alongside with our 4 Summit teams here in the gym and go through exactly what they go through in these final practices and preparation leading up to Summit, from their hardest practices I know that are coming up in this next week, to tapering down the practice, giving their bodies a little recovery, our Summit send-off, receiving their practice wear. You're going to get to be right alongside of them in these upcoming weeks as they prepare for this kind of final destination of the season. On Friday, May 13th, we're going to actually get to show you the full Summit experience. So coming off of that Summit weekend in Orlando, you're going to feel like you're right there with us, and it's going to be amazing. So let's talk a little bit about team placements and what makes a team great. So I don't know if any of you during COVID and when the lockdowns first happened, anybody went out and rushed and grabbed some puzzles, right? They're this thing that takes time to put together. You kind of get the satisfaction of seeing that final picture at the end. It's a great activity to do together. So building teams and having great teams is a lot like a 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 piece puzzle. There's a lot of moving parts, and take my word for it, nothing's more frustrating at the end of building that puzzle than having that one missing piece. I know my wife and I put together a big puzzle of Jack Trice Stadium, and we got all the way to the end and we were missing one piece of the puzzle, and it was so frustrating. So building the teams is much like that. We are looking at so many different facets, from age, maturity, tumbling skill, jump skill, performability, how fast an athlete can learn or pick up on choreography, stunt skills, and where they fall into those places. Sometimes when we're looking at a multitude of different ages and we go, okay, well, this 7-year-old has these kind of elite skills or upper level skills, but we don't have a lot of other 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds with those skills, so we might have to have them be on a little bit lower level to just be with people their age. So there's a lot of different pieces and moving puzzle pieces to building these teams. When your athletes come in for team placements, our primary things that we do look at their tumbling skills, we look at some jumps, and we look at flexibility if they're interested in being a flyer or if we think they may fulfill that role. So it doesn't mean that they're going to be a flyer on a team by any means. We have numerous amazing flyers within the program that base, and they may base here, and then on their high school team they may be the front and center flyer. So we're looking for a lot of different things to make our teams great. But some of the things we don't get to look for at team placements, we can't get a huge read on maturity at team placements, commitment at team placements. We don't do any actual stunting at team placements, so we can't see those rules. So some of the things we're using our best educated guess on from being in the industry and working alongside these athletes in tumbling or on their previous teams. And a lot of times we're talking to the coach of their current team if they're a returning athlete, so we can get a feel for, how were they in this situation, or when you made changes after a competition, did they learn it fast? Are they a sharp kid? Did they take correction well? Or are they, do they take a correction and maybe roll their eyes? Yesterday I posted on my Facebook this post that, people are either complainers or contributors. And when you complain, 80% of the people you're complaining to don't really care or don't want to listen to you anyways. And the other 20% are too busy improving to even worry about what you said. So we're looking for that in our athletes too. And at Tribe, we have a great community of amazing athletes who are contributors, as I posted. We're also looking at, what is going to both challenge the athlete and make the athlete successful. There was a big scoring webinar actually that Varsity, one of the event producers for our competitions, put on yesterday, and there's some pretty major scoring changes happening as cheer is kind of evolving and becoming more of a sport, eventually going into the Olympics. They're really trying to hone in on what the scoring system looks like. So actually Varsity and a lot of the what are called independent event producers have come together for the upcoming season and seasons to make a united scoring system that everybody kind of agrees on and can hopefully continue to shape the best way. What that means for our kids is, having maybe just that basic level 3 skill, let's say a standing 2 back handstrings, may or may not make you a great level 3 athlete. So we have to look at all these factors, from the scoring system to the team composite to, if we have 26 kids on the team, we know we need 16 of them to have the tumbling minimum to even have a chance at being competitive. So there's a lot of things we're looking at like that. But for your athlete, when they come in, the best thing they can do is just do their best. If they mess up on a skill, don't be afraid to ask to do it again. We're a very, very stress-free team placement and evaluation process. We don't call it tryouts because everybody that comes, we hope to place onto a team. We're just evaluating and gathering information so we can place you in the best place possible. Let's take a quick pause from the placement talk and show you these uniforms. How about? We have been just so excited to share all of our tiers of uniforms. When I say tiers, just kind of the different programs within. We have our novice program, our prep program, and our elite program. So we're just pumped to show you these. We know, like I said before, that some of our families really like to see the uniforms before they go, should we wait and do novice? Should we do elite now? Especially, we're getting that question a lot with our younger parents and younger athletes as we build up this tiny and mini program within Tribe. And so it's something we felt like was very, very important to show you guys. And here they are. Here's your first official look at our 2022-2023 novice, prep, and elite uniforms. We love how they each have their own look, but definitely complement one another at the same time. All of the designs got to kind of have that bold Tribe logo on the front. It really pops out on the black on the uniforms, we found out. The prep design got to steal the high neckline of our elite uniform, and they also got to add kind of a fun little hint of mesh. So we're really excited about that. And tomorrow you're going to get to see the back of all 3 of our uniforms on Instagram and Facebook. So make sure you're following us there, and you'll get to kind of see how the backs all tie together, and we're really excited about that. So we'll bring it back to the team placement talk. I know there's a lot of information, but we just want to make sure that as we're leading in, we're educating and helping not just our athletes understand, but our parents understand. I just had a conversation with an athlete this past week before, and she's a level 2 athlete right now on a level 2 team at Tribe, and she actually has some level 5 skills now. She has not all of the level 4 skills, but she has some level 4 skills, a good portion of them. And I have this conversation a lot with my athletes this time of year. I said, what's your goal? Where do you see yourself? Where would you like to be? And she goes, I really think I'd like to be on a level 3 team. And I said, okay, that's good. In my head, I kind of expected her to maybe say level 4. I think she knows she's not quite to that level 5 yet. But she said, I'd like to be on a level 3 team. And I said, oh, that's awesome. Why is that? She goes, well, I've only based level 2. I haven't done the level 3 tumbling in a routine yet. And so I really think I need that experience so I can be successful later on. And I thought, man, like, how well she understood it, and really surprised me even with the response. So if you're watching this, I'm proud of you, and I appreciate and respect how much you understand the process and how important progression is. Just this week, I had a conversation with an athlete who said, my mom would really like me to get this next skill, this next level skill. And she goes, but I told my mom I need to have all of the skills in that level to be a good athlete in that level, not just one of them. And so again, it was interesting to see the kids' perspective versus what maybe they said their parents' perspective was. So I think that's important to remember. First and foremost, we'll look at kind of how rounded you are as an athlete, or your athlete is as an athlete, so we can make sure that as we lead into this next season, we're setting up teams that are going to be really successful. The last thing I want to note is that when we're building these teams, we're looking to fulfill all of these different positions. I know Zach is a huge football fan, so he uses the football example very often. We don't need, if we have 50 people on a football team, we don't need 50 quarterbacks. It's not going to be a good team. We don't need 25 quarterbacks and 25 kickers. Again, that's not going to be a good team. We need all of the parts. We need centers and linebackers and tackles and defensive ends and running backs and receivers. We need all of these different pieces to build a very, very successful team. And then even more so, we need it to be a great receiver. And we need it to be a very good quarterback and a very good linebacker, and all of these positions to hone into their duty and their job so we can create the best a team possible. So do we sometimes put athletes that maybe don't have a certain level tumbling on a team? Absolutely. We may put a athlete on a level 4 team who doesn't have the level 4 tumbling. And when we do that, it's for good reason, and it's because we've looked at a lot of different variables as far as what position or what role we do need to fill on the team. Maybe they're one of the best back bases in the program, and so that's where we need them. Is we go, hey, we got to be able to build these level 4 stunts, and we understand that we need an amazing back base to make that happen. So we can sometimes disregard some of that tumbling, but we always look at, what is the progression that that athlete has taken. If we're going to place them on, say, a level 4 team, have they back-based at level 3? Because level 4 is a lot different than level 3, and it's even more different than level 2. So making sure we're setting the teams up to succeed by taking those progressions, and setting your athlete up to succeed by taking those progressions as well. That's all I have for today. You got to see the new uniform, which is exciting. Keep in mind, we are 1 week out from team placement, so next Friday we'll walk you through at the gym exactly how the process is going to work, and then the following couple weeks are going to be filled with excitement with our summit send-off on May 1st, with Festival of Feathers, the banquet for our team athletes on April 29th, that Friday night, and then we head to Florida, and it's going to be one heck of a tribe party down at Disney World. So thanks for tuning in. We will catch up with you in the week to come. Happy Easter if you're celebrating this weekend, and we will see you all soon.